Now, did you know that the first name for Africa was actually Alkebulan, which means the Garden of Eden? Now, I may not know about the Garden of Eden, but I do know about grass, and the best thing you can do on grass is play football. And what we do here is we talk African football. Welcome to In the Mix Africa, the show that is making sure you stay informed about what is happening on the African continent with regards to the beautiful game. With me is the incredible Mr. Matthew Haikali, and I'll introduce him just now. But for now, get seated, get ready. Don't go anywhere. You're in the right place.
Your life could change at any second, but you'll never know until you take the chance. With sports betting, number games, and online casino gambling, JSB is your best bet. Will you be Namibia's next instant millionaire? Place your bets easily online at jsbsports.bet or at any JSB location nationwide. We'll take you to the action anywhere, anytime. JSB, where the next instant millionaires come to play. Strictly no under 18s. JSB supports responsible gambling. Winners know when to stop.
All right, it's time for us to kick off. As we look at some of the logs, we're going to look at the Namibia log and the Zambia log, starting with the Demarine Premier League. This is how it's looking at the top African stars after 25 games. This is everybody after 25 games, followed by Young African, and then Comas Nampo are on third. FC Ongos, they're going to want to climb back up from fourth, but that's where they are for now. Mighty Gunners are sitting on fifth, UNAM on sixth. Chula sitting on 7th, KK Palace on 8th, and on 9th is Bucks Buccaneers. You can't see them on the screen, but you can feel their presence. That's how the Demarine Premier League 2024-2025 season looks right now, and this is the Golden Boot race. My goodness, it is tight. Jasper Masialeti with 12 goals of KK Palace. Tigers FC's Giovanni Kaninab with 12 goals as well. And with just one goal above them, it's Makonja Shahikika of African Stars. We'll see how this race ends. My goodness, we certainly hope more goals start floating. This is the final standing of the Zambia Premier League. Konkola Blades got it done, winning the league on 69 points, just 3 points ahead of Kansashi Dynamos, followed by Mines United, and Prison Leopards were at number 4. So Konkola Blades getting it done in Zambia. Let's have a look at their celebrations. There it is right there. Everything to be proud of. Not a lot of people expected them to get it done this season, but as they say, Zambia Kuchalo. All right, so Mr. Matthew Haikali,
yes,
your CV, sir, is extensive. I could talk about 15 years working with FIFA. I could talk about you being the CEO of the Premier League, but I really just want to talk about your perspective on football. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's good to have you here. Just in a couple of statements, how do you feel about the state of football administration in Namibia right now?
Well, there's a lot to be done, obviously, especially at club level. I always have this saying that, you know, your foundation determines your top. And if the foundation is not very solid, it makes it very, very, very difficult. I mean, with our football, the value of our football, I don't think we've defined what the value of our football is. And I think that's a big, big, big challenge for us. We keep picking small amounts of money from here and there.
Yes.
And I think it's something that we need to be able to change.
Yes, and I mean, of course, with the new administration coming in, I had the pleasure of reading one of your articles. I feel like what I was getting from it is it's good to have, you know, policy, but you want extensive policy and you want action to follow that policy.
I think we are a country of preparing documents, and I think that's that's the biggest challenge. We prepare documents and then we put them, they become file 13, you know, somewhere else. The implementation is always a little bit tricky.
Yes.
But I think also we haven't built capacity, especially within the sports sector. We haven't built the capacity in terms of implementation. We draft very, very nice documents, and then the person who drafted the document is chucked out.
It's chucked out.
So
now
the
they can't even
implementation
implement.
The implementation becomes a challenge. And I think for now, Hopefully, with the new government, I think there's a focus to be able to build capacity.
Definitely.
And especially in the sports sector, for me, that's very, very important.
All right. Is there any African country that you feel we can learn from right now as Namibia with how they've sorted themselves out administratively, so to speak?
I mean, right now, is it an African country?
African, strictly African.
Morocco.
Morocco. All right. I thought you were going to go for South Africa. So you're going with Morocco. Oh, of course. I mean, Morocco's hosting AFCON.
Am I allowed to be different?
No, you are allowed to be different. Okay, tell me, why is Morocco your pick?
I think they have a very good policy, a strategic policy in terms of investment. Government has decided to build both capacity, infrastructure, and available resources for people to be able to do that.
Yes,
and I think you need that combination. You can't build the people, you don't give them the opportunity, and you don't give them the resources to be able to implement. And I think that's what's been happening. So right now, we have a good policy.
Yes.
Do you have the people?
Yeah. Us, them?
Us. Do you have the people?
We have the people.
No, we don't have the
The
people
people
who
to implement the policy. Oh, I thought you just have the numbers. Okay.
You don't have the people to implement,
Yeah.
and you don't have the financial masses to be able to make sure that this policy is taken to the next
we see
level.
it paying off also with their grassroots investments, because Morocco under-20s were just in the final. They did lose to South Africa.
It's not the only one.
It's not the only one.
The women.
The women
the
as
futsal.
well. Futsal as well.
They've been doing very well
Yes,
in
yes.
tennis. They've been doing in swimming.
Wow.
Across the board.
Across the board. So Morocco may be a good place to keep an eye on as far as developing football in this country goes. But right now, Mr. Matthew Haikali is going to swing over to Paddy and they're going to get some braai going. Because, you know, football and food, mwah, perfect combination.
Taking flight has never been easier. Paratus is introducing Sky-Fi internet packages with speeds that will have you reaching for your seatbelts, starting from $500 Namibian excluding VAT per month, with speeds reaching up to 10 megabits per second. There's even a prepaid option where you can top up your Sky-Fi internet for just $15 Namibian per gigabyte. No contracts, no fuss. Visit your nearest Paratus branch to find out more. Or go to paratus.africa/Namibia to sign up online.
Always prepared, Paratus.
Okay, viewers, we are here in the braai corner, and like Ashwyn said, we are here with a legend. You know, he said you built your CV throughout the years, so I'm excited to hear about what that CV says. But here in the corner, we have to prepare the food because we got to feed you and Ashwyn on the other side. Talking all this football must make you guys hungry.
Well, if you play football, and you must eat the right food as well.
Exactly.
And
Exactly. So I don't know how healthy this is, but I've been marinating chicken all morning and it's been sizzling here on the grill, but I'm going to let you take over in just a second. This is your grill.
Oh,
For now,
okay.
while we are here, this belongs to you. So there's still some marinade here, so you are more than welcome to be the boss for now. But while our chicken is sizzling, I need to know, Ashwyn said you've built your CV throughout the years, but to be able to make a success in any field, you need to have passion for it.
True.
There needs to be a passion for football, for sports in general. So for you personally, when did this love start? Where did it start for you?
You know, it's interesting. I'm an electrician by profession to start with.
Okay.
But what has happened is that I've been involved in the game for such a long time. Initially, I played basketball.
Okay.
So I started as a goalkeeper. And then I realized I was not getting enough time.
Not
There were other
enough time
people who
on
are
the
better.
court. Yeah.
So I decided now I need to be able to move infield. But as I moved infield, one of the things I realized is that we were lacking in terms of the way we do things.
Okay.
So I had a passion for changing things.
Oh.
So I became an administrator. So I got my first, played second division, a little bit of second division football, got injured, And that taught me you need to get off the field.
Yeah, you need to know your limits at some point as well.
Definitely, yeah.
But at least you're still a part of the football scene, especially in Namibia, you know, being someone that loves to, you know, bring change and see change.
You see, the game of football is like a bag. When it catches you, there's no way you can get out.
Yeah, you can't shake it off.
That's what has happened to me. I got the bag. After leaving the field, I got into administration, worked for FIFA for some time, but I was also involved in doing, running the clubs, helping the clubs in terms of the teams. And I think that's where I've grown myself to try and become a better administrator.
Yes.
I've traveled around Southern Africa. A lot of the countries I was involved in Zambia. I was involved in transforming Botswana. At one time, I was also involved in running the Premier League.
Wow, okay, so your name is known across Southern Africa. That's pretty awesome.
No, they don't know me. They know my work.
They know your work. Okay, even better, your work speaks for itself. That is amazing. But our chicken seems to be sizzling. I love the smell and I love the look. If you guys want to try out this recipe, you know the chatbot is always there to help you out. But I think Ashwyn is missing you on the other side. And I think Brian and Jevon are also itching to talk JSB. So while me and you finish up here, do not move anywhere. We're going to head over to Brian and Jevon and then back to Ashwyn.
Thank you.
Well, today is not one of the greatest days for us to be doing this. As you guys can see, my brother is dressed for a funeral. He's ready to mourn our club today, Jevon. Devastating loss in the Europa League final to a team that we consider ourselves to be above. Tottenham Hotspurs, 20 plus years, no trophy. They get to get their first trophy against us. How does that feel, brother?
Painful. It's a lot of pain today, as you can see. We're mourning the death of our successful club once upon a time. So yeah, it's been tough throughout the season, and this final then just added that bitter cherry on that cake. Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of work to be done during the off season for the coach and for the technical staff, and we just hope that we can come back stronger. And yeah, it's just not a good day today.
I really hope things do get better for us, or we can come back stronger. But I think what makes it hurt more is the fact that we all know we've been having a bad season, and Europa was probably just going to be like putting a plaster or putting it on a sore, because that would have helped us much. But then that hope was taken away.
But Brian, you know what? I've been thinking about it now. I think playing once a week next season would help us, just to reset the team, get new players in, build a new foundation. Okay. And just get new synergy.
Instead of
new synergy in the club. I think once a week should be fine. No other European competitions. Correct.
Do you think we don't deserve to be there as well? So maybe we rebuild for now.
Yeah, we rebuild. Yeah, we've been rebuilding, but now we need a proper restructure, and yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, get some top-class signings coming in.
Okay, I have one question for you, but I'll keep it for before we do leave the show. But the question is, does Amorim stay or does he leave? But don't answer that for now. For now, let's quickly have a look at the Europa and just see how big of a thing this is for Tottenham Hotspurs. They last won this competition in 1984. I wasn't born yet, by the way. And then they come and win it again in 2025. 2025 has been the year of, I don't even know what to call it, because I mean Spurs all those years, we last won it in 2017, they came to win it in 2025. Huge congratulations to them. And then that I think that sums it up. Looking forward to what's big and what's next. Let's look on to what's happier than what we're busy with. Aviator. People are winning a lot of money that side. 2 wins, 2 weeks, 1,421,693. Tell us about that, Chef.
Just to clarify there, because I know we all refer to, but your limits are only 250,000 JSB. Yes. So it was an accumulative over the 2-week periods that he won, right? That added up to the 1.4 million there. Just for everyone out there who's on our socials and giving us a bit of banter there, just so they can have a clear understanding on how the client won that amount.
It's accumulative. It's not
Accumulative, yes. A client from the Kavango region. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Well done to him. Huge congratulations. He's on his way to purchase his brand new vehicle, which is, I think it's Fort Everest he mentioned. So I can't disclose anything further than that. Yeah, congratulations to him. And yeah, it's been a good couple of weeks for him. Enjoy try the aviator game out there. As anyone would know how to play it. When the plane flies, you need to cash out before it flies away, or up until it reaches the maximum multiplier, and then you cash out by the 125,000.
JSB always makes sure after the Premier League there's a lot to give away to the people, your clients that are so committed to being with you guys. Just tell us more about what we can expect from this big event. A little birdie says, not even a little birdie, a big birdie says over $1 million or $1 million in giveaway. So just give us more detail around that.
So just to clarify, so the $1 million in giveaways was throughout the campaign, which started in August when the Premier League season kicked off, right? Which is daily winners, weekly winners, monthly winners. Yeah. Now towards the tail end, we have the massive prize of a total tally of 450,000 Namibian dollars, right? The top winner gets 250,000 cash. He walks away with that. Second prize gets 100,000, third 50, fourth 30,000, and then the fifth gets 20,000. So there's 5 finalists that are selected. They have been contacted already. They will attend at our Platinum Lounge, which is our shop, as you can see there by Government Park, right opposite the Nampower and Ministry of Fisheries. So join us, come have a look there, what's going on. We'll have some exciting activations in terms of prizes, giveaways and such. And then obviously the mega giveaway for the 5 finalists, and see who walks away with that grand prize, as I said, of 250,000 Namibian dollars.
Even top 5, I don't mind.
And these are all losing bets, for that matter. Yeah. So with JSB, you always win. We are the people's company, as you know. So these are clients that have played bets throughout the season of $20 Namibian or more, and that have lost. All losing tickets go into a bet. There's a randomized draw, and now the 5 finalists are there.
Are being drawn out. So imagine you lose the whole season, you lose. Doesn't matter. JSB will sort you out nonetheless. I think even top 4, 5th, 30,000, 20,000.
20,000.
I don't mind.
So even if you just attend, you're one of the finalists, you walk away with at least 20,000. I mean, that's decent, yeah?
So guys, 30th, see you there. Let's have a look at my bet slip quickly before we do get to Jevon's bet slip. It's very straightforward. I have 217 odds. If you can copy the code, that will give you the bet slip. Last weekend's bet slip came in for me, so I'm not going to go through those games. But yeah, if you do copy it's all 10 games in the Premier League, and you can walk away with 10,859. Jevon?
Definitely have to have a look at yours, because you did so well last week, yeah. Mine is quite not as high as yours, as you can see. Sheffield United to win the championship playoff final there, to get to the Premier League. That's a £200 million game. For whoever wins it, goes to the Premier League, gets those funds. You know, Napoli, Napoli, you already know what Napoli are fighting for. It's the last game of the season to win the Serie A. AC Milan against Monza, I'll go with them as well. Real Madrid at home, just to end of the season, disappointing for them. And then Athletic and Bilbao and Barcelona, both teams to score. I think that's a cracker of a game. So that's easy. Some $500 should get you about 3,500. That's about 7 odds.
Okay, well guys, go back to the video, check the bet slips, get the codes, and hopefully you guys can make yourself some money. We'll be joining you guys again next week, same time, same place, right before the Champions League final.
So Mercy Chipasula and Zambian Copper Queens legend Barbra Banda have been nominated for the AUSC 2025 Sports Awards, and our Zambian correspondent Mike Sichula is here with more.
Thank you very much for having me. Yes, indeed, Barbra Banda and Mercy Chipasula have been nominated for the 2025 Africa Union Region 5 Sports Award. Mercy is contending for the Junior Female Sportsperson of the Year, and Barbra Banda is vying for the Sportswoman of the Year. She is competing against Tabitha Chawinga of Malawi, among others. Barbra Banda is the striker for the Orlando Pride in the United States of America, and she also captains the Copa Queens. She has been instrumental for the Copa Queens over the past few years. In 2024, as an example, she was named Africa Women's Footballer of the Year, BBC Women's Footballer of the Year, and she was also a member of the FIFRO Women's World 11. She is known for her speed, smart positioning, and creative finishing in the front of the net. Then, on the other hand, Chipasula is a rising Zambian footballer who plays as a forward. She is 17 years old. Chipasula has been part of the Zambia under-17 national team. In 2024, she scored 6 goals in the 2024 COSAFA under-17 tournament, which Zambia won. And this year, again, she's part of the under-17 women's team that defended the COSAFA under-17 tournament that was recently held in Namibia. So she also has made her senior debut for the Copa Queens after she was summoned to the team by new Copa Queens coach Nora. With her skill and technical abilities, most pundits are looking at Chipasula as one of the rising stars in Zambia's women football. She is known for her neat ball control, dribbling skills, and ability to create scoring opportunities for her teammates. So the awards for the Region 5 will be held on the 25th of May this year in Harare, Zimbabwe. I wish all the best to Barbra Banda and Chipasula as they represent Zambia at these regional sports awards of 2025. That is all I could package for you on sports. Thank you very much.
All right, as we get into full time and we start preparing to devour the food, let's have a look at some highlights from South Africa's under-20 win against Morocco. And this footage is courtesy of CAF.
2 hours or so, the new champion in the first game to come in since. Expect those three to be relatively fluid. The ball given away here, an early chance for South Africa. Well, get their defensive shape back. And now opening up on the right-hand side, and the shot few and far between, it's fair to say. To Hack with the crossfield ball, and that's finding some space over on that left-hand side. South Africa chasing back. Oh, lovely run inside. Goes with a shot. Parried. Clearly. Now Mama. Mama takes the ball at pace here, gets down to the byline. And now maybe Morocco on the counter-attack here. Here's Esadat, puts the ball through. Is El Abdelawi forced wide? Vilakazi picks up the ball and smashes. Nice play, and suddenly Balf rampaging forward, the Moroccan centre-back. El Abdelawi as well to battle for the ball there, and Mama pulls the trigger, scuffs it a little bit. Oh, and now an opportunity here for South Africa. The flag stays down, the shot goes in! Oh, that's 1-0! No, it isn't. Well, it seemed like the players stopped. Kakana finding the back of the net. Only for the flag to go up. I think he knew he was offside anyway. Getting the ball back in the game again. And now he's got plenty of space back there. A little lackadaisical at the back from April. Mama chips the ball in. At the end of the game, he's all just losing a bit at the end of those runs. Now the ball swept in. thought about taking it. It's chipped into that far side, headed back across goal. And there is the final whistle. Exhilaration for South Africa.
So that was South Africa's victory at the Under-20 AFCON, and they've now qualified for the World Cup in Chile, and we certainly wish our neighbors all the best. Mr. Matthew Haikali, we've been talking about what we could do to improve football. What are we doing right?
What are we doing right? We've got the talent.
We've got the talent.
That's for sure.
The raw materials.
The raw materials is there. I think the planning, that's where we kind of missing out, because I think it's important for us to be able to plan long term. You can't become a good athlete, go to the Olympics, and you want to start a few months before the Olympics.
No,
you must start very, very, very early.
Definitely.
And I think it's the same with administration. If you want to be good at anything, you need to be able to start early.
Yes.
We can't be waiting for when the budget needs to be ready. That's when we start preparing.
Yes.
We need to be able to collect enough information over a period of time for us to be able to plan long term.
Yes.
I think a lot of the times we plan at the wrong time.
So timing is also important.
Timing is important, and I think we have the talent, there's opportunities, the environment is conducive.
Yes.
We've been given that.
We have a peaceful country.
We have a peaceful
a
country.
very important aspect as well when developing sports.
Yes, but we need to be able to, maybe they call it pull up your socks.
Pull up your socks.
I think that's what needs to happen right now.
We
just need to get it together.
Yes, I mean, like I said, when I was reading your article, you were essentially emphasizing the same points. Would you say that right now you're hopeful? Are you optimistic about what is possible?
Yeah, no, I am. It's just that sometimes it makes you angry, especially as an administrator, having worked outside the country and seen what people have done. When you get documents, there are documents that were done 10 years ago, and we're trying to reinvent the wheel. We need to be able to go back to those documents and refine them so that they fit into the current status. I mean, let's look at our sports policy. From 1988, we are in 2025.
Yeah.
Come on, the world has moved on. I think we need to be able to change, and you can't also in other parts of the world. Sports is holistic.
Yes.
It's not narrow-minded.
It's not a hobby.
It's not about the athletes.
No.
It's about the environment. I mean, we're doing sports now.
Yes, we are. Absolutely.
So you're a sports person.
I would like the audience to remember that. Please remember, I was called a sports person.
You are a sports person. You're doing your part.
Yes.
But it's not only you, the camera guys,
yes,
the sound guy.
Yes.
They've been trained to be able to do that. Yeah. But we only think of the athlete on the field of play.
I see what you mean. Yeah, no, it needs to be just a multifaceted approach, because everything has to grow together. If you have good athletes, you need good TV to show those athletes as well.
And you need good cooks.
Good cooks as well, very essential. Yes, I heard you talking about the athletes' diets.
Yes,
so it's very essential.
You need. So Patricia is a sports person
She's
as well.
a sports person as well, Patricia.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, as far as cooking.
Yes.
Concerned,
so what do we have here, Patricia?
So we have some chicken thighs. I usually, when it comes to marinade, I just throw things in.
That's the way, girl.
Because I was taught to cook with the gut.
Okay.
So I just threw things in. So if something tastes off, we blame the gut, I guess.
No. We have trust and faith in this. This looks very lovely. Are you giving it a name?
Seeing as we had Ashwyn's grub a few weeks ago, we're gonna go with Patty's Famous Chicken.
Patty's Famous Chicken. We better make sure that we save that. So we're going to indulge in Patty's Famous Chicken, and we certainly hope you do not miss the show next week. Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew Haikali, for sharing essential knowledge. Remember, this show is on DSTV 25, GoTV 25, OneUp2.com, NTV Africa on YouTube. You have to make sure you look back and you check out how we're having these conversations. See what we're building here. But for now, from me, Ashwyn Mberi, Mr. Matthew Haikali, and Patty and her chicken. Cheers.